that is your news brief from The Source.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. As we head through our Friday, any sunshine will fade behind clouds. A few showers and storms in the afternoon, highs of 80 to 84. Your Friday night, partly to mostly cloudy. Showers storm around, low 68 to 72. Both Saturday and Sunday clouds with a shower or thunderstorm each day, high 80 to 84 Saturday, 79 to 83 Sunday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Bill Degger.
You are ready to buy that house that fits your needs, but how do you find it? Easy. Call Angie at 352-361-8359. Angie gets with you to get that information you need to buy that house. Angie is more than just an agent with Roberts Real Estate. She's a pro with heart. So you call her at 352-361-8359, and you will know you have the right person.
I'm Angie Umpleby, and I'm looking forward to working with you when you call me at 352-361-8359. That's 352-361-8359.
Hey, sweetheart, you look upset.
I just don't know how we're going to handle everything coming up these next few weeks. Graduation, Father's Day, Natalie's wedding.
Tell you what, make a list of all the events and what you want to serve. Then, just call Honey Baked Ham at 861-0011. They'll prepare everything to perfection, and they'll even deliver.
Where are they? I may just go by.
2709 Southwest 27th Avenue, just behind Best Buy.
I'm going to use Honey Baked Ham for everything.
Honey Baked Ham, making every day a special occasion.
Broadway's mega hit Mamma Mia is live on stage at Ocala Civic Theater May 17th through June 17th. ABBA favorites like Dancing Queen, Super Trooper, and Mamma Mia are all part of the fun musical about what happens when you surprise your mom by inviting all three men who might be your dad to your wedding. On sale now, 352-236-2274 or buy online at ocalicivictheater.com.
I thought I did wrong there. All right. Oh, my gosh. I thought I was going to play Dancing Queen here. Okay, I made a mistake here. I was trying to play ABBA here. Okay. So, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Where's my music here? Oh, I had it all lined up to get right to the words. Mamma Mia. Now we got to hear the beginning here. Here we go. Oh. There we go. So you went to see Mamma Mia?
Yeah,
yesterday?
It was fabulous.
At the Ocala Civic Theater?
It was absolutely fabulous. Wonderfully cast. The cast was phenomenal. The voices are outstanding. The choreography is excellent. Shannon Gwynn was phenomenal as Sophie Sheridan, the daughter. Her mother played by Gina England. Everybody was just so good. I mean, gosh, they were all truly, truly amazing. Kelsey Plante, Megan Wager, Michelle Gearing, Danielle Poser, Dionne Bruce Howard. I mean, everybody. Patrick Stanley, of course, who is an icon of the Ocala Civic Theater, was really wonderful. Celia Bills was in the ensemble. She did a great job. Everybody did a fabulous job. It was perfectly cast. We laughed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You could sing along with the songs. It was really, really wonderful. It's an event not to be missed.
And you're taking me tonight, right?
Yep.
I go tonight. I get the second night. So you and your mom went.
Yes.
Now, usually you and your mom go and we get either 1, 2, 3, or 4 thumbs up.
Yeah.
But today, we also have Joe Martone and Jim George.
Exactly.
And he can also report
and Jim's
for his
wife,
Brent. He can also report, yes.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of thumbs up today that we can look forward to, right?
I think so.
So how many are you giving between you and your mom?
4.
4 thumbs up from you. Wow.
Yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. And you smile through the whole thing. I mean, you actually have at least I and my mom did. We have a full smile on our faces. And it was a jam-packed house, too. I mean, no seat was empty. It was absolutely fabulous. Honey Baked Ham, of course, was wonderful on their opening night. All of their snacks that they
should
had,
have a musical.
And it was great.
There should be Honey Baked Ham, the musical. There should be a show written just for them. Wouldn't
that be something? Yeah, you could have these little spiral hams dancing and things, floating and things.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God.
I'll tell you who I'm really impressed with, too, is Kelsey Plante. I mean, she's been in a lot of productions, and she absolutely glows on stage.
Do I know her from anything?
Has
she been in the studio?
Yeah, no, she hasn't been in the studio, but she is. Kelsey has, you know how you were telling me about the smile from the ice skaters?
Yeah.
This is how she is. I mean, her smile radiates everything.
Nice.
And her facial expressions and her actions, she's amazing.
Well, that's a really, really good report. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Plus, I'm looking forward to seeing it with my new eyeglasses because I'll be able to see the faces on stage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to be able to see everything.
We went to Radio City Music Hall on Thanksgiving, and I saw the Rockettes. I could see their legs, but I couldn't see their faces. And we weren't that far out. We were not that far away from them.
No.
All right, let's
Great stuff. Thank you, Ocala Civic Theater and Mary Britt.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun one. And it was packed, you said, right?
Absolutely packed. Yeah. No seats left, and it was really marvelous.
All right, the phone lines are open. If you want to call in, I will deliver some news to use, and we'll talk about them. What's my favorite one on the news today? Let me do something light and favorite. Oh, beaver tails. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Have you ever heard of beaver tails?
I have not.
I haven't either.
I was thinking raccoon hats. When you said beaver tails, I thought, oh, those poor beavers. Everybody's walking around there with these beaver hats.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't realize it was a food thing until you elaborated on it.
Oh, my gosh.
I did.
We got a few raccoon stories out of this town lately, and they're making national news. We have a rabies story, which is always a serious one, actually. The health department says they had... There's a raccoon they have that's got rabies. What do you think they do with them when they find that they have rabies?
Kill them.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think, anyway.
Just saying.
Rabid raccoon.
Just saying. That's what they do.
Yeah, but at least they know that they're sick and they've got rabies.
I wonder how they learned how to do that.
Kill them?
Did they take a class?
Yeah, they probably did. Probably somebody out there that's going to be entrepreneurial now.
Teach them how to do it.
Yeah. Well, this is an entrepreneurial idea because if you've got animal critters in your yard, whether you're agriculture or not, you can call somebody, and then they'll come out and trap them and take care of them for you. So there you go. There's a new job opening here.
All right. Oh, so beaver tails. Let's get back to that. Beaver tails are not beaver tails. They're pastries. They look like beaver tails. That's why they're called that. You want to hear what they are?
Yeah, I do.
All right. It is whole wheat that is fried. I would imagine that means deep fried. Covered with chocolate hazelnut spread, cinnamon and sugar, Reese's Pieces, and maple flavored spread.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I thought maybe there'd be some coconut in there to simulate the little hairs,
And if you are a fan of Disney World and you've been to the Canada Pavilion at Epcot, and I have been there, but I don't remember anything called beaver tails. Well, I avoid the street food in Disney because it's like, okay, I'm going to spend $10 for a banana.
Yeah.
I'll save my money and get a $50 hamburger later on. Thank you very much.
That's right. Exactly.
But anyway, that's where they were. That was the only place you could find them, I guess, in Florida anyway, is that the Canada Pavilion at Epcot. Well, they've moved. They haven't moved. They have opened an out of Disney place in the Vineland Premium Outlets, wherever that is.
Oh, okay. Probably off of Vineland Road.
Where's Vineland Road?
Sense. It's right off of John Young Parkway.
Okay.
It's like one of the major roads there.
So anyway, they have an alternative. If everything I just read to you that the beaver tail is made out of is just a little bit too sweet for your liking, you can always get some poutine.
Poutine? Poutine.
Poutine. Is it poutine?
I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
Well, I have it for you. It is fries, cheese curds, and brown gravy.
Oh. Gee.
Does that sound bad? I thought you liked cheese curds.
Fries, cheese curds, and brown gravy all together, poutine. I think those duck hunter guys had an episode about this. They had a traveling RV or something, and they were stopping alongside the road and giving people poutine. Ew.
Okay, well, that's my favorite story of the morning. So go get yourself some beaver tail or some poutine.
There you go. Get the BP.
All right, I already told you the one about the beaver with the rabies.
Raccoon.
Well, yeah, raccoon.
You
thank you.
said beaver
I
with
know.
the rabies.
I heard myself. Thank you. How come people always say men are visual creatures? Why can't they say it without the word creatures? Is it like I'm a visual? I am visual.
Yeah, can't you just have visual?
Just looking at everything with my glasses.
Pictures? Yeah, no, that's great. I'm glad you're looking around. You said you can see the lines and
You got pretty eyes
over there.
Look at you.
I do.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen your eyes before.
For all these years, all these decades.
All right. Let's see. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says that Monday begins National Safe Boating Week, and they want you to do a check. It says check off, but it just sounds funny.
It does.
Of the things in your boat. They want you to look for things that are retired or need to be retired. What was that? There were 766 boating accidents last year in Florida. 766. So don't be one of them. Take the week as a way to remind yourself that you're going to go boating. It's that time of year. Well, actually, in Florida, it's been that time of year already. But anyway, they want you to do a little routine check or whatever and make sure everything's working and all the safety stuff is in place.
Oh, yeah, because if if something happens and you're in the middle of the lake or something like that, you're all by yourself. How do you get back? No, this is a really, really good idea.
The state senator who is responsible for the bill that passed in March that will make Florida one-time period. You don't have to push back in the autumn and push forward in the spring.
Gosh.
Although that's not passed yet because Congress hasn't said okay yet.
No, I think they should leave it alone. What do you think?
I don't care. I get used to everything.
Yeah.
If they put the clock ahead 5 hours, I'd get used to it.
Yeah.
I could do anything. You know what?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
They can't mess with me a whole lot.
That's right.
Anyway, so this guy is now running for Congress. There's a congressional seat open from Representative Tom Rooney, who's leaving Congress, and so he's running for that seat. He says if he's elected, he will bring to Congress the same thing he brought to Tallahassee, and try to get the whole country to get rid of the changing of the clocks in the autumn and the spring.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it still hasn't been really voted on, though, here, right?
No, it's been voted on, and it's been approved, and the governor has signed it. The problem, or the holdup, is Congress has to give us the okay.
Oh, okay. There
Congress
you go.
has to say whether we can keep our time the way we want it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go.
Gosh, there's not really a whole lot of news this morning.
And does that affect the time on the Panhandle? Because somebody was going to try to make all of Florida in the same time zone. So I wonder if that's part of the bill, too.
I think it would be affecting the Panhandle, yes, but it still would be Central Time.
Yeah, but but they were saying they wanted to make the Panhandle the same time zone as Florida.
Okay, but this guy didn't say that, I don't think, as far as I know.
Oh, okay, so he's just with the...
Right.
All right, there you go.
Let's see. President Trump plans to boost criminal justice reform efforts today, hosting a summit at the White House aimed at bridging the partisan divide in Congress. Trump, whose effort grows out of an initiative led by his son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner, plans to bring together a much larger group of more than 100 activists, experts, and policymakers from both sides of the aisle. His proposals will deal mostly with improving prison conditions and better preparing prisoners for re-entry into society.
Okay.
Well, that's a common sense thing, I think.
Yeah, it is.
I think prison was never intended to be the place you spend the rest of your life unless you've committed a crime that deserves that kind of punishment.
Exactly. But the prisoners need to want to be reformed.
But I also yes, of course. But I also think that the culture of a prison sometimes does the exact opposite of what we want it to do. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes I think somebody who's not really all that bad goes into prison and suddenly is around people who are pretty bad, and it rubs off on them. Mm-hmm. You know, hang out with people who are better than you.
Yeah, well, maybe they should have levels in prison then.
Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Ford Motor Company will resume production of its F-150 pickup truck today. That's its best-selling pickup, by the way. Predictions that it wouldn't do that are wrong. Those who were making those predictions Ford on Wednesday described an effort to restart production, even chartering a huge Russian-built cargo jet to move an 87,000-pound die from the fire-stricken plant in Eaton Rapids, Michigan, to England. Production of the F-150, America's top-selling vehicle and a huge moneymaker, was shut down at plants in Dearborn, Michigan, Kansas City, and Louisville, triggering layoffs of thousands of workers.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Ford's an icon.
I think so, yeah. President Trump laid out a stark choice for North Korea's Kim Jong-un ahead of their planned summit next month: abandon nuclear weapons and be rewarded with protections, or risk being overthrown. We will protect you if you get rid of your nuclear weapons. If you don't, we're just going to take over. The 51st state of the United States. He didn't say that. I said.
Oh, gee.
Ding, ding, ding. I forgot to turn off the little sound there. The Trump administration will resurrect a Reagan-era rule that would ban federally funded family planning clinics from discussing abortion with women or sharing space with abortion providers, a senior White House official said yesterday. Why won't they discuss it, though?
Yeah, they should discuss it and say that it's murder and, this isn't an option. You have other options.
The Department of Health and Human Services will be announcing its proposal today, the official said, on condition of anonymity. I'll tell you what you want to know, but don't tell anybody it was me who said it.
No, I'm a leaker.
I wonder if, gosh.
What?
I'm just trying to imagine anybody ever asking me something where I say, I'll tell you what it is, but don't tell them it was me that told you.
Have you ever done that?
No.
I can't imagine I've ever done that either.
No.
That's
people usually ask me stuff, and I just answer them, yeah, of course, or no.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be able to trust people when you tell them something that they don't tell somebody else.
By the way, we had more than one comment about your and my disagreement yesterday about that raccoon story.
Oh, okay. So what did it say?
But they all agree with you. Yeah, everybody agrees with you. And what we were disagreeing on, for those who didn't hear us or didn't realize what we were disagreeing on, was the firing of the teacher. I didn't think the teacher should be fired. And I don't think he was. I don't think so. But you do. And I don't necessarily want to get into that. I'm just telling you we had a lot of feedback.
And there's a Care 2 petition that's being circulated about that, and I don't know where Care 2 comes out of, but the Washington Post is covering the story.
Let me go to the phone. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, happy Friday.
Hiya, Hugh.
Say, with daylight savings time, with talking about the schools and that, I wonder what they're feeling about it, keeping the daylight savings time is better off for the students and the teachers or not.
Yeah, that's one of the discussions. I know it's. I think they did it backwards. They should save the other one, not this one, right? The one that we're in is not the one we should remain in. We should be in the other one, I think.
Yeah, that makes more sense, right? What doesn't make any sense to me is, this is the last week of school for the kids, and it's still May after a couple of weeks. I don't quite understand it because they go back to school like in the middle of August, and August is a very, very hot month, and you've got to run those air conditioners in those schools like crazy. Where this time of year right now, May and even a little early June, it's not quite that critical. But I don't quite understand why they get them out so early.
I think because they want the Christmas break to be to line up with when the curriculum has a break, if you know what I mean. I think that's why they do it that way. It's not the heat. It's the idea that it takes so many weeks to get through the first semester. Is that what they call it, Robin?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, because you look at electrical bills for all the schools in air conditioning in August, and I mean those units are going full blast. Where right now in the May and June, it's just not quite that critical, and that's a lot of money involved there.
I don't know. I've never seen the numbers, but I'll take your word for it.
It's still, up north, and we always went to the middle of June, and then we went back to school. It was always the day after Labor Day, and it's just so different down here, and it just, in a way, don't make any sense.
Well, That's the way it's done, and there's a reason for it, but I don't know the reason. But I don't think it has anything to do with air conditioning, though, to be honest. I think it has to do with the curriculum.
Oh, yeah, more than likely. But I bet if somebody would look into that, you would see a big difference in the cost of electricity.
Okay. I haven't looked into it, and I've never heard anybody that has told me about it. So,
Yeah.
Do you have any numbers? I mean, do you know for a fact?
No, I have no idea. All I know is that in my house here, this time of the year, in early June, I'm maybe air conditioning maybe less than a third at a time. In August, that thing is running 24 hours.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
And it's just one little house,
Yeah. All right, thank you, Hugh. Appreciate the call. Yeah, I don't know about the school year.
Yeah, well, it used to be it would start the day after Labor Day, and then it would run through the second week of June, and now all of the school systems all over the United States are pushing it all up, where the kids start like the second week in August and right now in May, and I don't know why they did that, but they're doing, they've done that for a lot of years now.
I honestly don't know.
Understand it.
I presume this is an issue I don't really have an opinion on. This is one of those where I feel like, okay, those in charge know what they're doing. I can't imagine that they haven't thought about this. The only thing I remember when I was a young dad and school vacations had to align with whatever
the school year was. Right?
No, well, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say they had to align with whatever vacation time I was going to request.
Oh,
so and it was easy. I mean, real easy. You found out when school let out, and you said, "Okay, we're going to take a road trip in July."
Right.
It was pretty easy. You don't get as much time off from your job as the kids get from school, so you usually can kind of plan it. It was when they throw a curveball and they change it, and you've already made plans.
Right, with your employer.
And I think that happened once, right? Where the school year changed. So.
Yeah.
That's why July was always my pick, because July is always going to be a vacation month for school.
Yeah. Part of June will be gone and part of August will be gone, but July is a good month for that.
All right, a new book claims to know the true identity of D.B. Cooper, the criminal who jumped from a plane in 1971 and disappeared.
Wow.
D.B. Cooper and Me, A Criminal, a Spy, My Best Friend, was released by Carl Lauren, who says Cooper was his best friend. In a news conference yesterday, Lauren presented evidence for his assertions about the infamous hijacker, whom he claims was named Walter Racca. A man who called himself Dan Cooper told a stewardess on a Boeing 727 flight in 1971 that he had a bomb, then demanded parachutes and $200,000 to release the plane's other passengers. He then had the plane take off again from Mexico City, but parachuted out of the plane at 10,000 feet with the money and disappeared. And he's been gone ever since.
Yeah.
Publishing company Principia Media helped investigate Lauren's claims and amassed evidence about Cooper's true identity for the book. This is an interesting story, isn't it?
It is. It's very interesting. Everybody wonders about this.
Yeah. So
I mean, there were sightings, there were things that he died and all the money was lost, or, it's just, this is one of these stories.
Other people have said they know the identity, by the way, too. He's not the first. So. I guess you believe what you want to believe. To me, it doesn't affect me at all. So I don't think it matters to me.
Yeah.
It's just interesting, that's all.
It's very interesting, yeah, very interesting, especially for those that have followed the case that are still alive.
The White House told reporters it will not make any specific changes in U.S. policy toward Iraq, despite election results this weekend that were nothing short of a shock to the United States. The Syron alliance, headed by firebrand cleric Muqtada al-Sadr, a sworn enemy of the United States, now allied with the Communist Party of Iraq, placed first in the election for the 320 seats in the Council of Representatives, which is their parliament.
Okay.
Placing second in the parliamentary races was Fateh Alliance, headed by warlord and one-time Iranian client Hadi al-Amiri. Making the news worse for the White House was the weak third-place finish of the ruling Nasser coalition, headed by U.S.-supported Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi. What is the U.S. attitude on the government in Baghdad? We asked White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders. That will have either Al Sadr or Al Amiri as key players, to which she answered,
Yeah.
I'll start with the fact, I'm glad you said the names and not me. Then she said, in terms of our policy, we don't have any new policy announcements with a potential change there.
Oh, my God.
So all of that to say nothing.
Yeah, exactly. She's making a joke. And you have to, be light and funny sometimes and mix it up with the serious.
The royal wedding is tomorrow, Robin.
Yes, it is.
Prince Harry marrying Meghan Markle, an American actress.
Okay.
From a TV show called Suits.
Okay, I've never seen it.
The wedding starts early in the morning.
Yep.
Americans need to get up if you want to watch it. You can watch it on TV or streaming on the internet.
7 a.m., right?
7 a.m. Yes.
Eastern time.
4 a.m. Eastern time is when the coverage begins, though.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my. So 3 hours before the actual arrival to the church then.
By the way, Harry is 33. She is 36.
Oh, okay.
Years old.
Gosh, she's a cougar.
All right.
Well, 36 isn't too late to have children.
No, it's not too late to have children.
No.
Ryan Reynolds' anti-hero sequel, Deadpool 2, is in theaters nationwide today. It returns with relentless lampooning and scattershot jokes that made the first movie a hit. In case you missed the first one, Deadpool, spoiler alert, fell in love, tried to fix his terminal cancer, and underwent a torturous operation that made him nearly indestructible.
Oh, my.
So anyway, the new one comes out today.
I've not seen the new one.
All right, we will take a little break. WOCA, by the way, is sponsoring Mamma Mia at the Ocala Civic Theater.
Yes, we are.
Go see it, and we'll be giving tickets away later on this morning, too, correct?
Yes, we will.
All right, we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. Abortion even being brought up that a clinic receiving taxpayer money may be banned under a rule expected to be announced today.
A White House official tells Associated Press the Trump administration is going to resurrect a Reagan-era rule that bans federally funded family planning clinics from discussing abortion with women. The Reagan rule never went into effect as written, even though the Supreme Court approved it.
Fox's Jill Nato in Washington. With her father saying he can't make the trip for health reasons, the royal bride Meghan Markle